Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Irish Mad Cat's YouTube channel. Today, instead of his dulcet brogue, you're going to hear my tones. I'm Madaghmire, and with me is my co-host Rasproteus. Rasp.
Hello, everybody.
So we're here. This is a list building experiment. Louis-André has a list here that he took to 5th place, missing the cut to the final 4 cut by like just a smidge. I think it was a 40 MOV miss, just barely missed, of the Vassal World Cup, which is probably going to be the biggest tournament we see. And him and Irish Mad Cat got together and they created a list to beat it, specifically designed to beat it. So we're gonna see how this goes. And it looks like they're doing their
I have to say, I did not realize it was that close to missing the cut.
Oh, it's real tight. He actually, and he missed out to Truth, who
Yeah.
he actually had beaten, I think, in Swiss play.
Does
so
that mean? Does that mean that I denied him the cut?
I think you might have
not losing.
So
not
really,
losing terribly. I did lose to him.
Really, you being here is kind of a way of making up for that.
Yeah.
It looks like they're doing what's it called? Objectives here. I see.
Irish
ambush
says he has the bid and picked first. So Irish is choosing his objectives, picking his poison.
Rift ambush. Let's go through the lists. Although,
Yeah.
looks like they're going to do Rift ambush. So any speculation we had is no longer necessary.
I've often found that if you wait long enough, your problems go away.
I also live by that philosophy. It works well when it works.
Sometimes anyway, it's not the choices that you would like to go away that go away, but yeah.
So Louis has Krista Agate Super Assault Potato. This thing is real mean. Agate, while X to recover a token, boosted comms so that he can command his squad ball from anywhere. Link Turbo Laser Towers because he has red dice and he has a Turbo Laser slot. Gallant Haven because it's a title worth taking and it keeps his squadrons alive. Flight Controllers to make his squadrons hit harder, and Reinforced Blast Doors because, you don't get to kill it.
Yeah, and those the Flight Controller X-Wings with Tauren on the back end are really something to be feared.
Yeah, those things are violent and they're extremely survivable. Obviously, he has the squadron ball. Spoiler here, but he's got his squadrons. But he's got Jan. He's got got the Biggs ball. And that with Gallant Haven is just an extremely survivable, very tanky ball that can turn around and it can pivot well. It can attack ships if it needs to. He's got Bomber Command Center on the other flotilla.
Yeah, he's got
things.
He's got a nice combination of a tar pit with the X-Wings with Lando and Corrin to try to snipe important squadrons. So he's going to try to tie down an opponent's squads with his X-Wings as much as he can and then clear them out with the rogues.
Right. And he'll be able to, and as you said, he'll be able to hit the most important targets, the targets of opportunity, hard and with effective ships. So he's got that going for him. He's got Jaina's engine techs, so he can go super fast. Friend to all Hondo Anaka. And here's maybe the probably only real surprise pick in the list. The most interesting pick is he's got Link Turbo Laser turrets on this Corvette. And I'm not going to second guess Louis-André. He's a better player than I am. But this is something where you normally see Turbo Laser reroute circuits. Rasp, what do you think?
I'll second guess him. No, I'm not going to second guess him. Honestly, it's a question of the focus of the list, and in this case, the Bomber Command Center, ADAR, and the squad wing that he's got there, he wants to chew through those squads faster than he might otherwise, and that's why he's got LTT there.
That makes a lot of sense. Bright Hope on the first GR75, boosted comms again so he can command from a large radius. Add our Talon so that he can command one squadron an extra time. Well, probably not that he can command a squadron and then let it probably one of the rogues go again. I imagine
I
Corin and Lando are your main targets here.
I saw Lando get tapped by Adar pretty much every time when we played. So
Lando makes a lot
that
of
would
sense.
be. I mean, it's nice if for no other reason you get a. What is going on here?
Looks like they've got their obstacles placed.
Yeah,
and
why is Louis-André placing his ship first? I
that's
thought
a good
Irish was
question.
first player. I'm gonna reach out here real
Mhm.
quick and ask that question.
And
Just
while you figure that out, I am going to go through the rest of the list. The last GR75 is Taurin and boosted comms. Really obvious reasons. Boosted comms to be able to reach out and command squadrons. Taurin to make all of these squadrons that have blue dice and his ships, which also have blue when it applies, just a little bit more effective and a little bit more reliable in the damage department. Biggs makes his 3 generic X-wings more survivable, as does Jan Ors. Plus, intel for what it's worth nowadays. Goal Squadron, reach out and punch something. A little extra anti-ship, 12 points, one of the best bombers in the game. For the point. Lando Calrissian, one of the best squadrons of the game, period. And Coran Horn, as we spoke earlier, to make sure that he can hit his targets of opportunity when he needs to be able to hit them. Now down at the bottom we have the list that they put together, and if you want to hear their thoughts on this list, I believe his previous video goes into the process, their thought process as to how they think this is going to work out. I didn't watch that video yet. I wanted to be able to come into this fresh, and also I'm behind on my watching. So I don't know what they said.
you haven't done your homework.
I haven't done my homework, and I never will. But if you want to do your homework, smash that like and subscribe button, because that's the last time I'm ever going to say those words. Because I can literally feel my soul draining out as I say them.
Well, I got a hold of Louis, and we are mistaken. These are actually Irish's objectives. Irish is a second player.
Okay, so the
And
Irish plays this way.
yes, and that squares actually because Louis' objectives were squad-based objectives, and these are decidedly not.
So Rift Assault is an interesting choice. Rift Ambush I first of all, I love this objective. It's one of my favorite objectives. Total obstacle control, and the Rift is a surprisingly useful tool. Although I like it more in lists where I can have more of a plan. I don't know what their plan is with the Rift here, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that develops. But let's go over this list.
Yeah, I think if I may, I think his his plan was to try to seal off that far corner and see that he couldn't just get Louis to go. We'll say stage left.
No. Yeah.
Um,
Although I mean he could have just hopped it.
yeah. Oh, I realize that.
Louis playing into it. I don't know if that's because he feels this is his best choice. If he wants to try and flip this on him, although the second player has a little bit less of an issue dealing with being near that rift than the first player does. I mean, really a much less of an issue, especially with raiders.
Yeah. What's interesting is that Louis deployed his assault frigate first.
Yeah, which is a
I'm gonna
surprise.
have to
But
wait
you know
and
what? Again, I don't want to
see how
second
that
guess Louis.
develops.
Although this is not, it's definitely not what I would have done.
Yeah, I
But
think. I think that's fair. He's undoubtedly got a plan of some kind. Although if he's anything like me, it's more of a we'll figure it out as we go along. But he wouldn't have done that just for no reason, right? He's going to come back and he's going to listen to this afterwards. He's going to say, "No, that's exactly what happened." But
It was just for giggles.
just for giggles, I wanted to
What is it?
know. I wanted him to deploy. I wanted Irish to deploy in that corner there, so I knew where he would deploy.
I mean,
That could
maybe
be it. That could be it.
just by putting out the big boy first, then maybe you get a better idea through Irish's deployment of how he plans to go after it. Um, Speaking of Irish's list, let's take a look at it.
Yeah.
He's got 2 identical Raider 2s, skilled first officer, disposal capacitors, weapons battery techs, heavy ion emplacements. So they can reach out and touch you from long range. They can make sure those heavy ions go off. And skilled first officer is not there for skilled first officer. Skilled first officer is there to get shucked by Vader, who is on a Gazanti somewhere. It's a Ramadi list, so he's got Ramadi. So any obstruction is going to make life a lot easier. So that would explain why he's not willing to be anywhere. Oh, actually, why put all the the obstacles all the way out there? Now he's going to have to. Well, so now Irish is going to have to make sure that his obstruction comes from his own ships.
Well, I will say that in the game that I played against Louis, he kind of gated along the back edge most of the
Yeah.
game. So putting the objectives there does kind of limit his ability to do that, or the obstacles, I should say.
That's true. And also, one of the things I've noticed about when I watch Louis play is, and I've watched him play this list a couple of times over the course of the Vassal World Cup, is he does tend to guard his assault frigate with his less valuable transports. While they are valuable to his fleet, they're not as important as the assault frigate, obviously. And he'll let them obstruct. So he won't be able to do that, or probably won't want to do that as much in this game. Anyway, Ramadi is on the Architans. It's running with expert shield techs and like turbo laser turrets. Nice little
Solid build.
tanky, yep,
Mm-hmm.
tanky shooter. Got a Gazanti with the aforementioned Officer Darth Vader to chuck officers out an airlock and fix dice, and expanded hangar bays to push most of, but not all, of his squad ball.
It
He's got
makes
Demolished.
sense. You take a token turn 1, and you use it to throw 4 squadrons turn 2, and then you probably don't have 4 squadrons to throw turn 3, and so on. So
Yeah. And again, this was built specifically to play against Louis' list, so they know that. They definitely don't want. They definitely assume that they're not going to have those. Because with this ball, like it's not meant to necessarily um, win the squadron fight, but to delay. And that's what he's got going on. But we'll talk about that in a second. He's got Demolisher, skill first officer, again to get chucked. Engine techs to reach out, get out there in the fight a little bit more. Demolisher because it's Demolisher. Assault concussion missiles, extra critical effect, and ordnance experts. Which you took? I assume. Yes, you took a second evade with the assault frigate, which is the right choice for this list. And is finally I want to talk about it because he's got a lot of critical effects here. So the second evade, I think, is probably going to be a good weapon against that. I think I lost
yeah,
Rasp. Oh no, I didn't.
no,
Okay,
I'm
good.
here. I
And
have
then
children running around upstairs, but I've been here.
yeah, I've got children running around over here too. It's fun that they add to the spice of life.
Yeah,
um,
I gotta say the double evade is just nasty against red range MSU kind of list.
yeah.
It's gonna make it a lot harder for Irish to land one of those critical effects in the first place from those Raider 2s.
Although
And go ahead.
if anything could, these Raider 2s are built to do it because
Yeah.
you're rolling 3 now. If he's assume he's when he attacks, at least one of them is probably gonna have a conch fire going. because of the well, maybe not. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't. Maybe he probably gets one, but three dice. If he rolls hit, crit, and accuracy, then he can have 2 crits and he'll get it off.
Yeah,
The
that's
battery
true.
attacks.
There's a 50-50 chance on each blue that he can turn it into a crit.
Right.
Oh, just one moment.
Oh, they started moving. And we got that first move from Jaina's Light, and he is coming around hard to flank. Sure, makes sense. Why not? First ship that he would engage would be the Ramadi Architens. So get that, and we'll have a delaying activation from the Gazati as it skirts around the dust field and around his own squadron. Speaking of the squadron ball, we've got Sienna Ree, Balin Rudor, your typical obstruction twins. You've got Zertic Storm to make it just that much more difficult to shoot them. And he combos nicely with Soontir Fell, who will just give out random automatic damage that Gallant Haven can't do anything about. Nice, effective delaying ball, make it difficult, and if should Louis decide to try and alpha into Irish's ships, he's got to deal with Raider Flak. And that set of weapons is enough that probably won't want to do that until he's sure. As we go here, it looks like we'll get a quick move from the Bright Hope. Bright Hope will move forward a little bit. No likelihood. Takes a Navigate command token. And Demolisher reveals Navigate command. Takes a token. Let's see where he goes. As he looks around, fiddles with the stick. I imagine he's going to want to try and get Demolisher out where he can get in front of the assault frigate and get into that front arc. I know this is the kind of hard-hitting commentary you guys come here for. These real insightful things. You want to attack the side arc ship from the front. But that's why they pay the big dollars.
It is. It's worth every penny.
every dime that I'm getting paid for this.
You're getting dimes?
Dimes. I mean, as long as we're talking about non-existent money.
Oh, so
Okay.
be good. So, yeah, interesting.
Well, he's going to hold off on that last Adar Talon. No, so it wasn't Bright Hope. Sorry, it was the Torrent Forest. What's it called? Transport that moved before. Bright Hope hasn't gone yet. He's going to hold that off. It's going to be the last thing he moves in case, just in case Irish makes a mistake that he's not going to make. But it's the smart play, and you should always, as a player, be doing that. Let your opponent give your opponent room to make mistakes. They might not make them, but if they do, great. But so anyway.
Yeah, the key is to make fewer than your opponent.
Yeah, everyone makes mistakes, especially me. So we got. So as when you see here this is shaping up, Rasp, what do you think here? We've got Jaina coming in hard. Where would you put this, Architens?
Well, you have a choice, I suppose. You can either go after Jaina's or you can go after the flagship. And obviously, Irish is looking at pretty hard the flagship. I think he might be close enough to get that. Yep, that move right there. So he'll be able to do an effective speed 4.
Now, are you concerned at all that he's brought himself a little bit too close to that squad ball?
Yes. I am very concerned.
I am also concerned about that.
However, it's unlikely, I suppose, that Louis has queued up a squad command on Bright Hope turn 1. It's not
And
impossible.
he has not. He has not. So he's not going to get the full at our Talon smackdown here. Where he could have thrown at our Talon gold, put 2 on him, and then let the rogues hit him, and then gold again. But at this point, you do have both Lando and Koran able to get to that flagship.
I mean,
It's not a huge
yes,
deal.
that is true. The flagship is very well positioned, let's say, to absorb those attacks without taking any serious damage.
Yeah, EST should be able to handle it relatively easily. And Lando is not, unless he uses his ability, he's not a fantastic anti-ship. So he can
Yeah,
be. Like you can get lucky, but I think he's 1 red, 1 blue. I mean, a red non-bomber anti-squad, anti-ship dice is not like awesome.
yeah.
Now his ability to set it to a double makes him fantastic, but I don't think they're going. I don't think you're going to see that at this point in the game.
No, he does have the squad activations to delay and take advantage of that that Lando move to get him in if the door is left open.
Yeah.
And he does have the opportunity to certainly make that double if he wishes, but I gotta say, I feel like you're putting yourself in range of Sienna and everybody else. Maybe not this round, but the next round if you do that.
Certainly. But I think they could probably be in range, and well, you if you engage there, you do lose Gallant Haven, which is unfortunate. But I don't think that Gallant Haven is something that Louis should really be looking at here.
I mean, ultimately, the bigger problem that Louis is gonna be dealing with right now is that his squads are so far to the rear.
Yeah,
It's gonna be hard to bring
especially
those
the
X-wings
X-wings.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are pretty slow, and he's running away from his squads.
And do you think he continues at speed 2? Does he speed up to 3 to try and go through? Does he slow down and let them kind of
The assault
sing
frigate.
into it? Yeah.
Well, Demo's gonna probably be there next turn, if not this turn. It's gonna be close.
Well,
Demo might be able to close
Demo's
that
already moved.
gap.
Demo's already moved though. So
Yeah,
that's
I'm sorry. I should say when I say next turn, I mean this
yeah.
turn. Demo is not necessarily outside striking range from where
Where he is.
he's sitting right now.
Yeah. Especially as I believe Mad Cat has enough active. Well, no, does he have enough activations to 1, 2, 3,
Irish
yeah.
out activates him. Yeah,
Well, but enough to to force to delay with demo long enough to allow. Was Irish a second player though, right? So there's no
correct.
pass. So there's no pass token
Correct.
to worry about. So yeah, so he can wait for the movement anyway. So yeah, he should be able to. I would think get up there. And as you can see, and we can see the X-wing start to move up as Louis
Mhm.
realizes how far off they are. I will say that especially if it's going this aggressively, it makes sense to bring the flagship up that fast and that hard. And the other thing I think that made that move make so much sense, or make sense, was that Jaina's hurtling down. I'd rather not deal with Ramadi fighting off Jaina's by itself. It can win
Mhm.
probably, but it's going to be a slap fight.
Yeah, those squads are going to be a little bit hard pressed. So here, if you are If you're Louis, what do you do here? I mean,
Bring your squadrons up, start getting them closer.
yeah,
I'm
you've
not,
got.
I'm not worried about his squadrons contributing against my ships.
Well, you
Um,
almost need to do a squad command on Torin, right?
sure. I mean,
And probably spend that navigate to get up to speed 3. Maybe.
yeah. Well, I don't. It depends on where you want. Like, is he gonna? Does he hop and then use it to block?
Hmm. I think your first move might honestly just be Jaina's Light.
No. A
Gonna do
delay
a little
activation.
bit of delay there. You're gonna take the shot from that front raider, but hopefully not too much damage there.
Yeah.
But if
And
he
he puts.
takes that shot, then he comes into range of you. That's a speed 3 move because of that rift there. So there's no
Now,
way that Raider's gonna get in front of that assault frigate.
I like the placement of the gold squadron in the rift. Make sure that he can't get locked down.
Hmm.
Um,
So here we're looking at possibility of Adar going first next round.
I think we're gonna see our first dice roll here. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Why not?
Corin's probably gonna shoot. If I were him, I'd shoot that front nose on that.
Shoot something.
Hmm.
Waiting to see dice get rolled.
That's what we're all here for, and
And an
probably
accuracy,
gonna
but
easy see that. Yep,
BCC turns into a crit. That'll be 1 damage. Do you evade
probably.
this, or do you just
Oh,
let it
that's
go?
hard. Yeah, on
It
red
looks like
dice. On red dice, you kind of roll the dice a little bit.
well, Mad Cat did that, and it worked out well for him. So now, no damage from Koran. Here comes Lando. Lando rolls a natural double and another hit. So Lando is a jerk. Oh,
Here, you definitely re-roll that.
absolutely. Let's see where that goes.
And you've got the brace sitting there if you really want it to at the end.
Yeah, and you're not going to get hit again before they. Well, I guess he doesn't get to brace.
Well, he
There's
can
the
still
accuracy.
brace because that accuracy can't be spent because it's
Oh, that's right. Right,
outside the
there's a
attack.
reroll. Right.
But I don't think he's going to.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it makes sense. But at this point, all of his squadrons are in position where, I mean, I don't think you're going to see the Architans go first next round, so they should. All of them can hit something, and if Irish jumps in to protect the lead raider, then those X-wings are positioned to jump in and tarp it.
I would not be surprised if what you see first here at the top of round 2 from Louis is Adar's flagship activating and just ramming the assault frigate. Take your face down damage. You know, it sucks, but you can activate Lando and Koran, get a couple more hits on
Now, do you think
Raider
do you think
and
he
then pull him
rams it?
back.
Does he have?
I don't. He doesn't have a.
He doesn't have a token, so he can't jump it.
So I don't. I don't think that there's. Honestly, I think looking at this realistically, he's going to want basically last anyway. So there's
Yeah.
no way he's going to get away from ramming with that transport. If he
So
wants
you might
to,
as well just
you
do it then.
might as well just do it. Lead off with it. Do a little bit more damage with your squads that you want to activate with Adar anyway,
Right.
and tap tap Lando with Adar and deactivate him.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
And he didn't. Oh, well, on the other hand, though, if you have a squad token queued up for that assault frigate, maybe you just try to kill the. Maybe you just try to kill it anyway. I don't know.
That seems to be the goal here. But The evade change comes in handy again.
Do better
As
than that.
there's now been, I think, 5 damage taken away, and he pops back out.
Yeah. You've also got Gold Squadron and Biggs. Ooh, and if he sets that to a double, yeah, there you go. Can't evade that.
No, that's
So
not going
he's
anywhere.
stuck evading a blue die. And
It still remains a hit. Though there's a 50% chance there, so that's not a terrible
it
idea.
was a 50-50. Yep, but now he takes 3 damage.
Well, it takes 2 because he braced.
Yeah. But critical, what's the word I'm looking for?
Point damage?
Yeah.
Critical effect?
It's critical, okay?
It's critical. Well, speaking of criticals, Biggs rolls a crit into the side, and now he's forced with a choice here where really I think you have to kill and evade.
I think you evade that
Yeah.
for sure.
Turn that into a hit.
Yep.
And with only 2 damage left, here comes Blue Squad. Gold Squad.
No.
Blue Squad.
No,
He
I
doesn't,
don't think so.
doesn't have boosted comms? You don't think Gold Squad comes out and puts a
Well, that's
puts the
3
shot on him?
activations.
It doesn't have a token? Wait, a
It
token.
did not.
Oh, well then yes, you're right. He's not doing jack. But he will take a shot. There's an accuracy and a hit. So that's going to go
And
through.
LTT, oh man. It's unfortunate. Well, you don't have too many options here. You accuracy the evade, and you do your 1 point of damage. Yep. And you cry about the fact that you had a couple points of damage evaded away.
Several points.
Yeah.
I think like 5 points of damage were evaded away over the course of that period of time.
Only needed
between the squadron phase and then the activation.
Yep. But I think we can have a pretty good idea of what Irish is going to do next. Yeah.
Yep, here comes the cog fire.
You have 0 choices at this point.
No. Here come discaps. And here comes the roll. Ooh, doesn't get what he wants. Does not get what he wants. Really wanted to get at least 1 accuracy or one more crit in there. It's going to be an evade and 3 damage. Ah, there we go. Skill First Officer discarded from Darth Vader. And there it is. There it is. Weapons battery text flips that into a crit. And disposable and what's it called? Heavy ion emplacements goes off. Not emplacements.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
it is
it's
emplacements.
likely. I think it's likely that he will brace this.
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe not. You evade 1. Yeah, you might as well just brace it and redirect it to your butt.
Well, you're only going to be
But
able
what
to
do I know?
redirect 1 to your butt because you're going to lose shields.
You might as well redirect something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess a lot of it depends on what Demolisher looks like.
Just can Demolisher get there? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he definitely can.
You have Waylex, so well, boy, it's going to be kind of close, actually.
Well, distance 3, and then close range.
Yeah, you got to be at close range, distance 3, which I think it's doable, but you're to turn hard left or right when you get to the end there.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big hit.
Solid. That's what these raiders are meant to do. Although I'm sure Mad Cat would have liked for that raider to have lived longer than one turn and gotten more than one activation, and it's almost certainly not getting another activation.
Actually, part of the problem here is that it's in Demolisher's way.
Well, he could ram, probably.
No, because he's speed 3 because of the rift.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Hmm.
Do you do any flak here?
I mean, you might as well.
Like
Or
he's got.
you've got disp caps. I think you can probably take a shot at the.
Yeah, one blue out the
Yeah.
side doesn't seem like.
Make him use the evade.
Yeah,
No, well, it didn't work out.
that's unfortunate. I think he might have bigs in blue. Those things have blue flag, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
one blue, one black.
Yep. You're definitely outside of a rank. Did he concentrate fire? He is 0-1-1 choice here. Yeah, I think with that move, I don't think there's any way that you hit with demo this turn.
Yeah, it'll be difficult unless it dies before demo can go. You know, if Gold Squadron comes out and pokes it to death, then demo doesn't hit it. Then it doesn't block demo. That's what I meant to say. But that was a good first volley.
That one definitely did everything they were hoping that it was going to.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna 8R. Yep, there's 8R.
And that'll solve that problem for for Mad Cat. Don't worry, that ship is no longer blocking demo.
Yeah, now interesting.
Saved him execution style.
All of his ships have boosted comms, right?
Yes.
So if he had,
Except
well,
for Gina's.
right. If he had placed that a little bit back, he might have been able to get gold on that last transport. No, it's hard to advocate for not killing a ship when you have an opportunity to do so.
Yeah, no, I think we call it cleaning your plate, as it were. I think it's important to do that. There are times when you can be sure of killing a ship, you can play around with it, but I find a lot of mistakes are made when people try and get too cute with that. Well, I can definitely kill this. I'm gonna put damage somewhere else. It's like, okay, and that might work out, but then sometimes you wind up losing like 100-point ship as it flies away because you got terrible dice or
Yeah.
uh, so you missed something. So I'm a big believer in just take the points as they become available to you.
If there yeah. If there's a ship that you don't want to take a second shot from, that Raider 2 is probably it.
Absolutely. There's really no way that Raider 2 is going to survive um, into the next round.
Yeah.
But
I mean you leave it and then suddenly you have to be shooting Demolisher next round. and shooting that Raider again. And I think everybody knows you're gonna want to be shooting Demolisher next round. So
yeah, but you can't ignore these Raiders. They hit way above their weight, as we just saw. Stripping 3 shields and dealing a little bit of extra damage. All from long range.
from
I like
downtown, as they say.
taloning the X there. That was the right choice, I think.
Yeah, I
Position it later.
tend to agree. I think the X is probably going to want to get out of dodge anyway. Sneaking suspicion that there's going to be a lot of squadrons coming to play with it. But it is within Jan range if it's not within Big's range.
What's really impressive to me is that I can see a world in which if Irish doesn't engage these squadrons relatively soon, Louis is able to make the squadron fight happen around Gallant Haven, and that's just impressive to me, given how this is a completely delaying squadron ball that Mad Cat has. Um, and why would you do that? Why would you ever? But the way that these ships are coming at Gallant Haven right now, and the way that the squadrons are currently aligned, I could see if he waits a turn, the squadron fight naturally happening up in that top right corner of the board, where Gallant Haven's going to be. And here comes this raider who volunteering, I guess, to take some squadron shots. I don't know that I like that move because I'm concerned that. Oh, cause you can, oh, okay. Now I like that move. Forgot about the gravity rift. Um, as he seems to be thinking it over. What do you think of this? Is this the right amount of aggressive? Too aggressive? Not aggressive enough?
Huh, I hit mute. Apologize for that. I think this is. I've been having a nice conversation with you about this whole game so far. So, I think this is the right amount of aggressive.
I do too. I
I
think
think
it's a ready
it's
push.
if squads are what you were afraid of, then the answer is kill them, kill everything before they get to do a significant amount of damage. You know,
Yeah, that makes
really,
sense. And here come the X-Wings.
yeah, no,
And
yep.
here comes the squadrons getting closer to that top right side of the board.
Yeah, think I think he's got a shot at the side arc if he decided to take it.
I'm just gonna put it on the back. I think he's trying to. I think he figures his other squadrons aren't going to get there, so the other but maybe he can get another shot on that back arc. I don't. Maybe Jan gets it. I don't really think
I
the other X-Wings are going to get there.
think they're out of range.
Yeah. Now, if only they were hyenas. Oh well. Yeah, but they're not. There we go. Jan comes in, make sure her braces are available, just in case that Kazanti decides to get cute. I wonder if when they designed this list to go after, the frigate, if he was thinking about something that could kind of aggressively push into the swirl, as it were.
Hmm.
Um, and they felt that this was that list.
There was nothing to be worried about. That Demolisher isn't doing anything this round.
It looks like. Well, I mean, he'll definitely get 2 reds. I don't know if that's going to be close range or not. Not super great at eyeballing this in Vassal.
So range is going to be like between 3 and 4.
Yeah. Now he's gonna
Slow
cut speed. No, if you're only gonna get a red shot anyway, at least
down.
force him to take a red shot in return at the beginning of the next round, and then you can go chase him down. Nice shot.
Oh,
Ooh, violent.
well, what do you drop?
Well, I mean, I think you accuracy the, yeah, there he goes. There. I think it would have actually accuracy'd. Yeah, no, that's the one to do. It has to be that one. Yeah, boom. Nice. That's the best that could have gone. I think it goes
Yeah,
any
you
better than that.
don't see much better than that, frankly.
Put a little token pressure on him. And a little bit more.
Problem is, I don't think he's going to be inside black range now. And maybe he doesn't care.
Well, after he cuts, he might be waiting. Like, he might be considering that, like, after um, Louis moves, he'll move into a black range position, or push himself in a position where he might fly off board. Um,
I think he's
in Louis'
got
game, in Louis'
plenty of.
game with Truth, he had a chance to fly off. He would have flown off the board if Truth had just left him alone.
Yeah,
Um,
that actually.
but Truth likes to play aggressively, and he got in there and blocked him, which seemed like the right move at the time.
You know what? I did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And then he had a speed move 3 without a nav, and I was like, huh.
Well, guys, I think it's possible that Louis-André has also heard that people like to attack side arc ships from the front. I think he might be onto us. He might be listening to this conversation. I don't know. Seems shady. Seems shady. But and here comes Jaina's cutting all the way back in, trying to get herself back into the fight. I like the flanking maneuver. Get in there, get behind, but somewhat defeated by the fact that all of Irish's ships on the other side of the board at this point.
Yeah,
But it does go fast. This is a very, very fast Jaina's Light.
I I was a little worried about that. I think if he'd cut in just a little earlier on the last move, or on the first move.
Yeah. It's all the way to the tip of the arrow. Just facile things.
hmm
Is he going to engine tech here?
I mean, he has to.
I would think so, right?
There's no, like, even if he gets into blue range there and can only reroll instead of cancel. As
But if
long
you
as
want
he
to
doesn't,
do anything in this fight, you gotta start pushing.
yeah, he's not going to be double arced.
And one red out of the back. That's why we don't take reactive gunnery on Architans. Single red. Not that great.
No, I do
I like
hate
reactive gunnery. I tried it. I didn't. I didn't like. I wanted to believe in it. I really did. But for one more point, even and I was playing a Palpatine fleet, so I was like, just extra shots, all the shots. I'm gonna shoot you so many times.
Yeah,
Um,
you want to make those redirects go away, right? And every
yes,
point of damage you put on them is another point.
but I found that even in that situation, RBDs was just a better. If you're gonna put any points into that slot for an Architect, you might as well just put some extra hull on it.
Yeah.
There we go. 1 damage goes into Torin.
LTT.
Ooh,
Reroll. One
and
damage.
reroll it. Roll again. Try one more time. All right.
Exactly as foreseen. Yeah, no, this is where those squads that that Irish has really start to pay dividends. Right here.
Now it's time to start delaying the bombing. Make sure he cannot bomb you at the beginning of the next round.
For what it's worth, this is also where Grit from Jan starts to pay dividends.
Yeah.
Oops. Needs to tell him that's a speed 2 move, Irish.
Let's see what he does here. No, he's figured it out.
Yeah.
As he cuts
And then he's
back
going to come
around.
back. Uh-huh.
He's gonna put. He's gonna overlap Zertic.
Yep. And that actually might cost. Zertek is only speed 4.
He's not that fast. He's only a little bit fast, not a lot bit fast. But no, that's that's going to be problematic because the two interceptors can get there, but you want Soontir to be there with Zertic. That's how. That's the idea here. That's the plan. Anything else is not the plan. All the way down, huh? Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. So he's circling around. He's looking at that Sierra.
I guess. I mean, if the goal here is because you can't win the squadron fight, so you kind of have to go for the table.
I mean, I think you always go for the table anyway.
I think
But
that. I mean, sure. Ideally, I would like to table all of my opponents. Sometimes, sometimes my opponents also showed up to play, and I don't get to do that. I would
I
even
mean,
say that's most of my matches.
I know.
You have to accept
Yeah.
sometimes that it's not going to happen. I'm not saying this is one of those times. Oh. And there's
So
one.
for the record, though, I think it's worth noting, okay, that assault frigate will trade up against both of those raiders.
Yeah. Well, if the second raider dies, and it might.
I
those
mean,
guys,
it's
those guys
oof.
didn't get far enough up to really protect it.
Yeah.
That X-wing's not going anywhere, but Koran and Lando, they're fine, and they're going to be able to get into position where they can bomb that.
Yep. And
Now, do you think a demo can make a pass and flip around hard enough to get back into the fight against the CR-90?
no.
Because with that little board space, it really requires just basically pure navigates at this point. Like, I don't even know if that matters.
I mean, on a long enough timeline, I guess this is only round 2, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
Really?
the time was my concern is the amount of board space and the time you have until you can because he could just the chain is if this thing goes down can just turn around like it doesn't need to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Louis can set his sights on that raider and kill it,
Mhm.
and then just win the squad fight. And,
Uh,
he wins the game.
which I think is probably what he's going to do. Two X-wings move up. Valen is already up a little bit. Zertic will come up, I'm sure. Or not? Did he move Certic? Did he activate Certic?
Did not.
Gonna real quick.
You can see he's gonna deny the black range shot against Demo there. No double tap.
Is it Certic? Is it Zetric? I never bothered to learn how to pronounce his name because he
Uh,
is a meaningless character. It is Zertik.
Zertik. I would say that you could be.
We'll call him Zerg.
He's That's Zertek.
Zerg.
Zerg. Sure.
Zeeble. I don't know.
And honestly, if that assault frigate doesn't move, we got one too.
Well, then, if that assault frigate doesn't move, it's in danger. It's Ralph him on a bus.
I'm just thinking out loud here. I don't see.
Even if it does move, it might be in danger.
I don't see that raider dying to anything short of the assault frigate activation.
And that's only if the assault frigate is also running squads, because an assault frigate's front arc, a side arc even, this isn't an Akbar, howitzer that you're seeing now. So
right,
much tankier build. It's not going to take out that raider.
But you have
but if you can soften it up some.
Okay, well, let's see what we get. We get a squad command. No real surprise there. Front arc.
Sometimes have a secret reason.
Bang bang. Yeah, he looks to find that perfect sweet spot that he likes so much.
Yeah, I don't really know where he's going, but he's got a lot of real estate to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
boom.
BCC.
And one shield goes down. And now you figure Lando and Koran.
Yep.
Koran first, then Lando? Nope, Lando first.
Koran can do crit damage.
That's a good point.
Interesting to see. Yeah, he's got that.
And you got to figure he's gonna use his ability here.
Yep. Well, what we're gonna see here, I think, is setting it to a double and accuracy. The brace.
Yep, that is, I think, the play here. Let one go through to the hull and let Koran come through to a ship
Mm-hmm.
that is in deep trouble. They probably don't get the crit with Koran. To stick anyway, but you never know. And then forcing him to reroll does give you a chance to reroll to a double, which is the best kind of crit.
Oh, we're doing bigs instead, huh?
Oh.
Yes.
I guess that makes a lot of sense. Let Koran come off of Adar and be effective in the squadron fight with the counters and with your counter and your escort and your random effects.
Just leave that X-wing to Sienna and Suntir, but honestly, I think out of range.
Gets the accuracy.
Ooh.
And that ship is not dead.
I think it's dead. He didn't take the damage from Biggs.
Wonder why.
We'll re-roll both.
Oh, there we go.
There's 1 damage. Well,
Let's see, guess to live. I was right. Once again, my inability to do math saves me from an embarrassing mistake. Man. And that is why it's important not to overrun your fighter screen.
I don't see.
I don't see how we can do that unless you
Huh?
move forward one more. There it is. There we go. Just move it slow.
Nope. I was actually saying I don't see. I don't see the damage on the. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to leave that one hole.
I would conk fire, and I would. I'm hoping he's conk fired, and I would definitely
He did a nav.
well, then I'm gonna ram this thing because I'm gonna die anyway, and I want to put damage on this thing. It's not gonna. I want to make sure that it does not get to activate again and pop those reinforced blast doors.
He's gonna try to spend some more shields with his HIE.
Got some of it. I assume. Is Vader in range? I think so. Yep. So Chuck first officer. Reroll those two. There it is.
Oof.
All right.
Kind.
There you go. The shields.
I mean, you definitely redirect and brace these.
Yeah. Well, there's nowhere to redirect it to because the shields are gone.
Shut the rear.
He shot the rear?
Shut the rear.
Oh, come on, man. Why? I would have shot the side. I would have gambled on the effect going off and then try to put as much into the hole.
If the effect goes off, that's
no, I mean that's what you built the ship to do.
Yep.
At some point, this is where you put your points in. If it's not going to happen for you, you have bigger problems.
I mean, what have you got on Demolisher again? ACM?
ACMs, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like got a pretty decent doing 6 damage here, but it's not guaranteed.
And he's still got his evade. So I assume he's got a bunch of options. I think he's got his own first officer. He's got ordnance experts, so he can roll extremely aggressively.
Hate to see that. Actually, that's fine. Just gonna brace that. Be happy.
Got we flack out the side, just flackety flackety. Lando takes a couple. Look, it's
One
possible.
for core.
Yeah.
Go.
Unfortunately, there's no. I don't really see a way for once the squadron fight is joined in earnest.
Yeah.
For Bad Cat to scalp out Lando, even without his braces.
Lando's not perfectly covered by escort,
but he's covered well enough that unless that's, I mean, maybe I guess that could be his next. So I don't think that he can get there. Because he has to get behind Lando,
Mhm.
really.
Okay.
Realistically.
That food already.
Up to ram? Oh, he missed the ram. It's gonna cause problems.
And now he's obstructed.
Now,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't love that activation. That was
that
not what I would have done with that.
so what's interesting about that move is that it's exactly the same at 4.
No.
If you're trying to ram, you go up to 4. If you're not trying to ram, then good job, you just did it.
Yeah. No, I would have. I mean, as I said before, I would have I would have gambled on putting as much hull into this as I could, because if this thing activates again, it survives.
Well, I mean, look, I think I would have rammed it compared to that move.
Sure.
Like on
Well,
the
yeah, definitely.
on the
I, mean,
balance.
I think he thought he was going to ram. Although I don't see why not just go straight if you think you're going to ram.
There were a fair number of options for ramming there that
And here comes Karen. He's gonna shoot into this. Karen is not covered by escort, but it's got all this stuff.
got another X-wing unit or 2.
One, I think. Oh no, this is Adar.
This is a better move for Koran.
Yeah, I like that one better.
Into Soontir. Guess that makes sense.
Unobstructed, and 1 damage to Soontir.
2.
2. I mean, one health left. That is rough. That's hard to deal with for your scatter races. Not looking to see that.
And I think this was the Adar ship, right?
Yeah. So
Yes.
so Koran will flip his back at the end of this.
We'll probably have another X-wing. Yep. Land him right in front of Sienna to really lock down Lando. Or do that. That works too.
He figures he'll kill Soontir here, or he's trying to kill Soontir here. He's not going to get. Well, he'll get the Tauren's the one in the back, so he should get the Tauren from here also. So that's not bad. And I get that. That did it. Bye bye. Soontir fell. Yeah. So
I mean, I still think that Raider is just doing him more harm right now.
Yeah. So that's interesting activation is going to be Demolisher, but I would not go with Demolisher yet.
I mean, if Demolisher kills the assault frigate, then that will be an inspired move. Put that Raider.
Yeah.
If
but
not,
I think he just made Demolisher killing that assault frigate significantly less likely.
this round.
Next round, that assault frigate is going to activate. It is going to regenerate 3 hull.
Well, 3 hull is going to come back in the ship phase.
Sure, but between this activation of Demolisher and the next time Demolisher goes.
Forgot about Ramadi.
Oh, we did forget about. Oh, there. That makes a lot of sense then.
There we
We
go.
did
See, I
forget about
told,
the body.
I
He
told
had
you
a
it was
he had,
inspired.
he had a point. He had a good reason. This is why I shouldn't be allowed to talk. I did forget
Interesting that
about
he
the
chose
body.
not to evade that. He's saving his evade for the ACM shot.
I still would have rammed him. But I do like that a lot more now. And now,
And now we get an inside turn,
yep.
like that, and an obstructed black dice shot into the side.
Ooh, this is going to be quite amusing. Here comes the fire.
And we have a brace, a redirect, and an evade to spend. And he needs to do 3 plus. No, we'll say. Was it
What he needs to do more than
ACM?
anything is he needs to have 2 black hit crits
He needs,
showing
he needs
before
3
the
plus
tokens get
ACM
spent.
in order to kill this, I think is what we need. After brace.
Now reroll all the non-hit crits.
Yep, this is why he brought Vader.
Beautiful. Bang, bang, bang. He's dead.
Oh, blank
Pretty
there.
sure I think he's still dead. I don't think that was necessary.
4, 5, 6. If this
ACMs goes off, deals 1 damage, brings it to 3 hull, and kills the shield.
if he
In the
if
front.
he blanks this this hit crit, goes down.
Yeah. That's 5, goes down to 3.
1. Yep. And he's got nothing left. It's dead.
Oof. All right. Well, Magcat with a truly inspired flying. And I never doubted him. That was really tremendous. Flying the whole time.
Putting
Clearly.
so I think it is very much worth mentioning that putting the Raider there got him the kill.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was and now you can see now he can turn he starts turning around. But now what do you do with Janus? I don't think you fly this into the teeth of this.
No, you
Do you just cut and run?
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I do. I think I just I assume he's got a net
You're
command
gonna
coming up.
you're gonna take it up through the rift.
Mhm.
Get some flak in on those squadrons on your way through.
And just leave.
If you feel particularly inspired, you can go and try to ram the Raider. You know?
No, I wouldn't even.
But Corrin and Lando both have a reasonably good shot at killing that Raider at the start of the next round.
Oh, but now he can put what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, never mind. Yeah, so now he can bring Zyrtic and Valen up to the front there and maybe block, make it a little more difficult to get into that. But um, it doesn't look like Louis is going to let them do that, or maybe not. Maybe he will. I don't know.
I mean, you're going to have Grit here.
We also got Gold Squadron top of the next round. Gold is the big thing there.
Well, Zert and Valen have got to
Get up there and block.
they got to lock everything down. Yeah. So honestly, there was a real um,
15.
strategy there where you just drop one of those X-wings on Zert and Valen.
Well, I thought that's what he was going to do. Like, I think maybe you couldn't reach them, but that's what I thought he was going to do. And just drop him there and be like, I don't care about this X-wing. I'm gonna go get that Raider. That's where my points are coming from.
Oh,
But he
he's
wants to
taking
kill
a shot
Sienna.
at Jan. It's interesting. It's not
And Sienna has the same days.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I don't know.
No, I mean Karan's gonna get to go again. And he'll
Yeah,
probably
but
so
I
he'll
mean, Lando's got grit
no.
and nothing else. So if Jan goes down,
Let me tell you something.
Lynn and Zyrtec are sitting on top of that whole squad ball that he's got there.
Let me tell you something about this world we live in. If you got grit, you're good. But no, it's not actually not that tremendous in this particular instance.
If you lock down Biggs, you can't kill Jan. So I mean, maybe.
Okay.
So Zert says that last X-wing has to shoot me.
Also says I think Koran has to shoot him.
Corin has rogue and grit from Jan.
Well, Valen hasn't gone yet.
We will see. Ooh, you hate to see that. Sienna gonna take the hit.
Yeah. Are we doing this? No? Alright. Well, it's a smart choice. Oh, never mind. Karan gets to run away. Or shoot whatever she wants.
I mean, I sense, right, that locking down Lando and Gold and
Yeah.
Biggs is more important than locking down Corin.
No, Biggs is down to 1 health. Right here. And that Raider probably has 1 die on him. I don't know if it's a close range, probably not. If it has both, then has a chance to take it itself.
A chance. We'll say a chance, but that is Bright Hope.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm not. He's not shooting.
Oh,
Right.
Biggs. I got you.
Bright Hope. I wouldn't even shoot Bright Hope. but I hate Bright Hope, man. If I don't have like something that has like H9s and like a bunch of dice, I don't even waste my time.
It is 127 for that assault frigate to 84 for the Raider plus Soontir.
Right. So really, it comes down to here is that Louis needs to be able to get that Raider before it can bail, or he needs to be able to follow up with the Corvette.
It would make his life easier, that's for sure.
But if he comes in with the Corvette, then he's risking demo, and he's going to take shots from the Ramadi arc.
Now this is interesting.
And also probably the Gazanti, I guess.
This is interesting, actually. I think 129 to 127 is what happens if he wipes out the squads but doesn't kill that raider.
Oh, really?
So
Well, that's assuming he doesn't lose any squads in doing
yeah,
so.
Biggs strikes me as a possible loss.
Biggs is a survivor. Believe in Biggs. And you got to figure you're seeing one of the 75s at the beginning of the next round. I mean, Koran shoots. What does Koran shoot here? Does he shoot Zyrtic? Does he bounce and then shoot Sienna and put his dice into Sienna with snipe?
Has a I mean, Korin might just go put a die into the butt of that raider.
Could work. And gold is locked down now, so it might be the only way you get that raider is to put two damage in with Koran.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you kill Zyrtic. You take the shot with the X-Wing first on Zyrtic. I mean, you have to, for one thing.
Yeah.
Um,
You also take the shot, take a shot, and then fly off with Koran. Except that you're not going to be able to shoot him. You know, you don't get to shoot in the butt, but then you're going to be able to jump in front next round and take that shot, which is largely the same option. You're shooting an unshielded shot with an evade up because you're not going to get rid of his evade this turn anyway. And so next turn, even if you put one dice into his rear arc here, by the time you cleared Zyrtic or Valen Rooter, you probably don't have any. It's probably either gone or you're not shooting his back anyway. We'll see. A lot of options. Next, we shoot Zyrtic.
yeah, I think you shoot Zert. I think you're right. Oh, go the other way.
I think that was just one of those weird things.
Maybe you've given up on the raider entirely.
I think that's just like when he hit the activation button. Or maybe he comes flying in. I don't. That's not what I would have done, but you do you, buddy. What's going on here?
Nobody knows. I think he's going to shoot Zert and then probably move. I think he probably put him back to Sienna.
Mm-hmm. Brace goes down to 3, and then yeah, there you go. And then at the top of the next round, you try and get in front, and hope that you, after re-rolling, you roll damage. Basically, you hope that you roll damage on a red bomber twice.
Big's in range of Jan.
I'm not sure. I don't think it matters. I mean,
with a good enough shot. I don't know. There was a world where you send Korin and Biggs after Zert and move Biggs away.
So at the beginning of this round, he sort of hedged his bets with the CR90, but he didn't. I mean, kind of. I think at this point now the CR90 is a little bit committed. I guess it could still cut up.
Well, the CR90.
But I think he wants it there in case he needs to dive in on the raider. But ideally, you don't want to have to dive on the raider.
Well,
Let's see what else is he
Louis.
doing.
Okay, so there's the Hondo, right? So
Yeah.
Louis takes the squad command on Adar. Yep, squad token, and then maybe repair or a nav on the CR90. It's going to be the CR90. It's not a question of. He's got a nav on the Tauren already, so.
Yeah. Now, do you take a repair or do you take a nav token here? He's already got.
Nav is more useful.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't like giving my opponent nav tokens.
And the repair is less useful to Irish right now.
Yeah.
So you can only. You gotta. I think you have to assume that he took the repair on the Corvette.
All right. Move a shield around. Unless he's
Yeah.
planning to fully repair on this. Well, yeah, go for the dial token repair here. For whatever reason, maybe expects to take a hull damage. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Irish is in a position where he's going to have a choice to make, right?
Yeah. Well, I figured the first thing we're gonna see, I think the first thing we'll see here is we'll see Adar go. We'll see Karen take his shot.
Mm.
I mean, we might actually what we might see first is Biggs take his shot. He's got or maybe
No,
like Orlando take his shot. And try and get
Lando,
that. Yeah, and try and clear Biggs or Gold to get gridded out.
I don't think that I don't think Jan is in range to give Gold Squadron intel.
Yeah, you're right. I keep forgetting that it's that she's just near her squadrons. It's not what the squadrons that she's inflicting.
Well, there's
So,
Biggs.
yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the. Why is this? Ah, there we go. Well, that one hurts. And we re-rolled that. Oh
Ooh,
man,
wow.
the snipe.
Bang.
Now what do you do? Biggs is stuck there. Biggs isn't going anywhere.
Well, now I think you let Lando come out, shoot the rear, because that's as far as Lando's getting. Or you do
Yeah,
this. You can do this.
yeah. Okay, so you do this. You see if you need Lando to come help or not.
I would have gone with Lando first and let him shoot the rear and see if
Well, you're not. Lando doesn't have any defense tokens,
yeah,
so you're not going to get very likely 2 damage out of Lando here
that's true.
after rerolls and everything.
Well, now you're not getting anything out of Corin. Oh no, wait, he's got BCC. There it is. Now we reroll. And does he get it?
5 and 8 chance or something like that. Yeah.
Raider down.
So now Lando is free to go after Valen.
Yeah. That works out well. I think I would have taken Lando up front and tried to get that shot, I think. Because that's the larger target board and it gives me the most point board and it gives me the most opportunities to get it. But I mean, obviously, it's easy to understand First of all, that worked. And then, it's easy to see why Lando's odds are not great at getting that 2 damage shot.
This is interesting here, though. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good move. It's very smart.
You give somebody to cover bigs.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's on
violent.
fire. Who needs flight commanders?
Nobody.
Yeah, so now even if Valen attacks bigs, there's a non-zero chance that that braces to 1 and pops that other X-Wing instead.
Yeah. I wonder if the Gazanti, because if the Gazanti is going to be the one that commands the squadrons. So I was like, it has blue range probably on both the X-wing and what is it, the blue or is this a blue or black? It's probably the black Gazanti, right?
It's probably black, almost certainly. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it doesn't have that. So never mind. And Koran bounces to the back corner of shame. To the back corner of shame with you, Koran Horn. I'm gonna
So
pretend that you haven't destroyed a bunch of things.
at this point, if
Shame.
you are Irish at this point,
Mm-hmm.
you do the Architects. Yeah?
Yes, I agree.
Squad battle is largely lost.
Yeah.
You know, you can get your transport in there maybe and do some flacking next round, maybe, if you still have squads left.
I'd feel even better about that if you still had a blue, if you had a blue shot lined up on the Corvette, and you could
Mhm.
force a kind of a more interesting fork with it.
But
But yeah,
where you're
I,
at right now is that you win the game if you kill this CR90.
yeah, so no, I agree. I agree 100% that that's the shot that you should be taking.
That's a good
And,
way to start with it too.
yeah.
Really,
I don't think it's TRCs or anything, so you accuracy the redirect. No, the accuracy the evade. He's got one. That doesn't matter. They're all doing the same thing.
yeah. Unfortunate thing. So this
No, he doesn't know. No, it's
might have wanted to be a
I'm mixed up. You accuracy the redirect.
so he LTT'd the hit,
Mm-hmm.
hoping to sneak a crit through or something. Oh, that was okay. CF token still wants to be a hit.
A lot of effort to make that happen. There comes the evade. Kills the crit.
Point of it. and then you do a speed 1 turn. I don't know.
Well, I don't think he can do that. He's got to do.
He took a nav. He's got a nav.
Then yeah, I would cut as hard as I can. Because CR90 side arc is like meaningless to that thing. It's got ESTs.
Mhm.
For those of you who don't know, ESTs are expert shield techs, making redirect better since
20.
Revenge in the Rim.
18.
Is it Revenge in the Rim that they dropped in? Rebellion in the
Rebellion.
Rim? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Like there's too many products. I used to know all these things. I had encyclopedic knowledge
Mhm.
of Armada stuff when there's only 2 waves. Now there's too many. Practically as many waves as I have fingers.
Practically.
Like once we get to wave 11, I'm out of luck. That's too many.
I'm out. Gosh, she's just been on fire. Those X-Wing.
See how it drops. Deals 1 back.
And got the accuracy again.
Bang, bang.
And then that X-Wing
Turns.
is going to come up and hang out by Biggs as well. So you might not
Oh,
lose an X-Wing at all.
yeah. Or not.
Or it can stay. I
That
think
would have been the right. That would have been the right play, I think.
we might be at the point where it's all done but the talking, you know?
Fortunately, that's what we're here to do. The
We have
talking.
this is round 4, so
Well, there's still a chance that not a good chance.
uh,
That's I don't know. You got a navigate command on demolisher, cut.
yeah, you do a nice 1-2-2
Hmm.
or 1-2-1-2 or something.
I think, and then yeah, I think a 2-1-2 here is the answer, and then because you might be able to get your front arc. Oh, because you know you can't do it after edge text anymore.
Right.
I had such an outmoded way of thinking about so many of these ships. But
Check for the shot.
just in case, maybe no. Okay,
I
not in
mean,
close range. Can't believe it. You want to use the other side there.
we figure he's probably got it. You
Okay.
actually have a reasonable chance of getting a shot off on Jaina's
Yeah.
with that transport.
But you gotta figure Janus is gonna come up here because it's gonna come here because it has no choice,
Yeah, it's
and
got to
then
turn hard to
oh,
the left,
and I
right?
imagine it leads off the next round. Yeah, and like I would have turned it at the beginning of the last round. Those last move would have I would have already had it turned up
Yeah,
and
the
bailing.
key is that Irish is going to want to set something up he can trade for for Janus. Not sure that there's too much left.
I don't think that there's anything that really entices Louis, considering that he knows that if he loses Janus, he loses the game. Um,
Yeah, no, I mean, but you take and try to get a double arc or something on Biggs and that X-wing with your transport.
no.
Pick up some points, right?
Sure.
You're 52 behind right now. Soon to be a little bit higher.
So
Phelan is about to die. There's not too many other ways to get a point of damage on an EST.
no. That's how you do it. 1 damage done.
You know, he would really like to have the ability to fire back right now. You know, with reactive gunnery or something.
That's true. It would be nice. That 1 red dice would go a long way towards getting rerolled. Or possibly evaded entirely.
I mean, but a point of damage is a point of damage.
Yeah, it's true. If it landed as a point of damage. I mean, 1 red dice is still it remains 1 red dice. Like,
Closer, it could actually have been a black die as well.
no, this isn't an interdictor with 2. All right, not where reactive gunnery goes. That ship, I'll sing there. I'll sing that ship's praises till the day I die, or until the day it sucks. Either way, whichever comes first. I was sad that I don't think that ship really even made like an appearance in the Vassal World Cup. maybe it did. I missed it, or
Victor.
yeah. I mean, I know it's jank, but like sometimes jank is just tomorrow's meta.
Yeah.
Not this time, but sometimes. Okay. Got that nice double arc on it. Maybe he's trying to take a transport with him. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, right into the double arc. That is a choice.
Well, the rift got him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we should. Is he
Oh,
inside?
his
Or
rift,
outside?
and then now engine techs.
Well, is he out of range of the rift?
Which would trigger first, the rift or engine techs?
Let's look at the card here. I'll tell you what I think. I
What's that?
think you can choose them and do them whatever order you want. After you execute a maneuver, if it's a distance 1 to 2, it must execute a speed 1 maneuver. So yeah, you can do it in whatever order you wish.
Yeah. All right. So that was the rare speed 6 maneuver from that CR90. That is you don't see that a lot at all. So that was awesome. I really liked seeing it.
Yeah, I think. Well, if he's at distance 2 of that rift, his engine tech moves speed 0.
Well, unless that move took his tech
Yeah,
move out.
if the rift move took him out of distance 2,
Yeah. Well, the what's it called?
then he can't engine techs. See? I
Oh.
messaged him. See, this is a speed 0 maneuver if he tries to engine techs here because he is still within distance 2 of that rift.
So it's your fault I didn't get to see a speed 6 maneuver.
It is my fault.
Okay. Please direct all your hate to @Rasproteus.
You know what? Tell you what.
You
Let's
can be found on
compromise.
all major Armada discords.
Let's compromise here. Let's say you got to see 3 maneuvers. Okay? And it just so happens that the last one was a speed 0 maneuver.
No. That's chicanery. Chicanery and shenanigans. I refuse to accept this. That puts Louis in a much less good spot, as it were. As now he's sitting there with the double arc from the Gazanti, which I can't imagine has anything but a squadron command, which I think it just popped up. Squadron command, pop, pop, pop.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
That's
no
unfortunate.
swarm.
Kill the next wing.
There you go.
I say it's unfortunate because 3 black dice.
But he does have a
And
blue. No, he doesn't. He has a black. That's useless. So blue. Onto the CR90. There's one. I just have to draw a line of sight. I'm not sure he's going to have that, actually. Front to front. He has it front to side. But, like, who cares?
I mean, it would have been interesting if he had front to front. He's definitely in arc front to front.
Yeah, it's just a question of whether or not he's going to be able to draw that LOS without crossing the hull zone.
I would draw it for him if I could.
But looks like they gave it to him either way.
No, the first shot was set front to side.
He's going to drop to speed 0. I think.
Yeah, he's going to go one more forward and then he's going to drop to speed 0.
And dude, there you go.
Yeah, I think this is okay.
That's not the worst thing.
I think that the rift is at least going to do him the honor of kind of blocking that reroll zone.
Kind of, but not really. I don't know. Depends on how that line of sight is drawn. But I think that's also just one red, and as I said before, it's one red.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not this turn so much as next turn. I mean, Lando can come punch him.
True. And so can Kuran Horn, if he was a speed 10 squadron.
Haven't you seen the fan alt?
the fan alt art, where he's
Yeah.
speed 45.
You know what? Honestly, I don't think that Irish got to use a scatter token this game.
This entire game, yeah. Well, you know, I'm sad for Irish, but I'm happy for those of us who hate scatter tokens.
Well said. Well said. Now, that line has to be drawn point to point.
I mean, I think at this point they're playing a little more loosely.
You know, if Irish isn't going to call him on it, then I'm not going to call him on it. You know.
I think at this point they just want to kind of end it here.
The height.
I don't think there's any world where demo gets to go before the CR90. The CR90 gets out of the way, and then that's it. This is turn. Oh, there's only round 5 though.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard for demo to catch the CR90, but it's not going to be impossible.
Well,
Yeah,
the CR90 kind of put himself in a position where he's sort of at a. I mean, like, maybe he can come back. I guess he can come back down and kind of cut. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Not a ton of board space in this
it's
direction.
not. But if you're not in black range, you're probably fine.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I can see parking in the right arc of demo just outside black range and calling it good.
Yeah.
Nothing else. If you end up like as far in the corner as you can get, then you're probably safe too. Oh, the CF.
Cockfight.
Do rear to rear.
Yep. Oh, shnikes. That ship is dead.
Not necessarily. Now it's dead.
Oh, he's got CR9. Doesn't he? Oh, he's right. He doesn't have TRCs. I forgot. Well, but it's probably going to die. Yeah, he does have LTTs on it. I see CR90s and I just assume that TRCs are on them.
I feel like that's a reasonable assumption to make.
Clearly, there are TRCs on that ship, right? Man, I hope he doesn't fly off the board next round. The nav going into the corner at speed 3, probably okay, but
I'm not gonna say it won't happen. I'm gonna say that. What are we doing here?
he's going to speed 3. Maybe because of the what's it called? The rift.
Oh, the rift.
So now he cuts
The
it back.
rift. The rift made that a speed 3 move.
Yeah, so he cuts that down to 3
And
next round.
Now he's safe.
And he turns as much as he needs to, and presumably survives.
Boy, what a game.
Absolutely. Now, if Demo can turn really hard,
Yeah.
gotta have a nav command. But even if it does, I don't know that it survives those squadrons to dive in on them.
Well, it'll be fine.
In a tournament game, maybe at this the point where you cut your losses and accept that these are the points that you've gotten.
Uh,
But this is not a tournament game. And I
you
would
know,
say screw it. Go for it.
I have to say that this is an ideal opportunity to turn a low 7 into a high 8. Right now it is a 78 point MOV, which
No.
is just barely into 7s.
I'm interested to see what what Demolisher can do. Assuming it has a navigation command.
Yeah, Demolisher might legitimately get a red shot here after it demolishes.
Well, you can't after it what's it called?
Dang it, you know what I'm saying.
After it moves. But after it engine techs, it might be able to put itself in a position where it can get to the end of the board, as it were. But I don't think so. Not from here. Inside turn.
I don't think you've got the arc quite there on the inside turn.
No, I think you need to. No, I think you'd have to be setting up for the following turn, and I don't think you can get there even if you do.
I mean, you can shoot at red range after
Yeah,
you.
but you're shooting a Seer 90 with all of its tokens at red range. You're not gonna do anything meaningful to it with a
No.
Glad 2. A Glad 1. Sorry.
You get 2 red, so if you do 1 point of damage to it, there's something there.
Although if you can get maybe if you can slingshot just a little bit off of the off the rift.
It's just Star Trek.
Well, no, if he can get the engine tech to like clip the back corner off the rift and get that extra jump, maybe you can get that speed 5 nonsense going on.
But
Catch, and
well,
then
okay.
be in position to jump forward next round. But I mean, he's going to take a ton of squadron shots this round if he tries that. And I don't think that's possible, but I can't tell for sure without flicking the range band on it. But I think to do that and have a tight enough turn, I don't think is probably feasible. But now, I guess that's just not happening.
Yeah, that was close. JJ could have done it.
JJ can do a lot of things people shouldn't be allowed to do. And here comes that last little engine tech move. But from this far out, you already see that's what speed 3, he's only going to be able to get that far. I just don't think he's going to be able to catch him. And at this point, he really needs to be able to get into close range.
Fly away, pigs.
Brave.
We know what Biggs is doing. Biggs is going to get 8-ard and then fly.
Yeah. And the squadrons come in, they'll take their free shots. Why not? Here comes the GR-75 to just take up some real estate. Make it difficult to land. GR-75 number 2 is already gone, thank God. Okay, moving on to squadron phase. Here comes Lando Calrissian, hero of the Battle of Taneb. Not with roles like that.
Gotta love Torrent.
Torrent far and away the best officer the rebels have.
I chuckled, but I mean, that's...
But really, that was a capital crime against punishment.
I don't run Torrent too much in my lists.
I love Torrent. Torrent's fantastic.
I don't run many squads.
I know. You guys and your 40,000 CR90s.
Did I ever tell you about that list where I had quad laser turrets on my hammerheads?
Oh my God. No. What?
Yeah, quad laser turrets. Just come hit me with your squads.
Okay. Oh no, wait. I think maybe you did. I can see that.
You hit me, I hit you.
It just seems like a lot of defensive tech on a hammerhead.
It's a great way to
Surprise people.
do a bunch of squads and never kill one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's why I like cluster bombs for that. That do a bunch of damage and not quite kill it. That's a real good card for doing that.
Uh-oh. Biggs did.
Louis playing a little fast and loose.
Honestly, Biggs is in danger because Biggs
There's
can't
1,000
take...
X-Wings.
Yeah.
All the X-Wings are around.
Biggs has Biggs friends.
Yeah. Alright, so first move is of course the CR90.
CR90 reveals a navigate command.
Yeah. One does hope.
It's gonna be interesting. I admit that I am not entirely confident.
That he stays on the board?
Yeah. I think he does.
I think he does. I think you take a speed 3 inside turn into the corner. I think you're fine.
Yeah.
But I've been wrong about things before. Not about this. As I'm looking at this maneuver tool.
Zero chance that goes off the board. Why? You could fit
just go. No, that will send you off the board.
Mm-hmm. This is another one of those places where a nice slicer tool could have won you the game, right? Not really. But you could do a 4.
That's not a bad forward move right there.
Yeah.
Take that to 4, and you should fit. Hiding in the corner. And that's sounds safe and sound. Snug as a bug in a rug.
Need just one more round.
Yeah.
Granted, in one more round, Demolisher probably passes away, but you know.
Sure. Yeah, I mean all those squadrons. I mean, Demo might die in this round. There's enough squadrons there. With enough, it's not super likely.
Stranger things have happened. It's not.
Yeah.
You've got
3x.
five.
You've only got one double die bomber though.
You've got 5 squad commands, so Lando goes at the end. You have a chance at Torin or Adar if you could still double ram.
Yeah, but you can't. You can't do that. That's cheating now. What does that move look like on the other side? Oh, it doesn't matter.
I mean,
No, I can't quite get there. He needed that slingshot move. That might have been helpful.
you know, I saved the game really quick before you made that move, just so I could go back and see if a slingshot was even possible.
No, let me know how that goes. I want to know. I would be very surprised if it was, but
I don't.
if it is possible, then I am not surprised, and I'm a genius.
I don't honestly think that, possible or not, that slingshot move is not getting you in range of the
Oh no,
CR90.
100 totally 100% would have been amazing. People would have been talking about it for years.
It might have gotten you in range of a red die shot twice.
Nah, it would have been great. Super awesome. Because you remember, you also would have been because he did that off of a 2 move instead, so he would have been off, like he would have been further up, like two maneuver tool notches up.
Yeah, and like where Lando is right now.
Yeah, okay, it would have worked out fine.
I honestly think going straight forward was what he wanted to do here.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Well, that's not going to work.
Okay.
All right. And this one is over. Now we'll see. We'll roll some dice. Squadrons come and shred uh, Demolisher, but with a fresh redirect and 4 shields any direction you go, probably not getting through it. Reroll.
Not at that rate. Too late to get Sloan in here on the rebel side.
No BCC reroll on that.
He did. Ack ack.
Oh, oh wow, that's awful. Okay. Yep. Discard the evade there. Ack. Reroll. Dark Lighter. Okay. I think at this point we might be past mathematical possibility. 3 has Talon? No, Talon hasn't gone yet. Right. No, because as long as I guess there's a outlier with Lando and Talon.
Mm-hmm. There's your redirect.
Yep. Embrace that one too, maybe.
No, you save that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because you're not gonna be able to redirect a third time anyway.
You play the.
Just take that one, I think.
Oh yeah. You want to save that redirect so you can brace redirect Gold Squadron and not take a crit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be your.
Oh, did he add our gold?
Looks like it.
Yep. There it is.
Okay. See, in here I would do Lando before I did this. There is your brace and redirect.
Mhm.
Everything is proceeding exactly as I had foreseen.
Yeah, so if you can get the double hit with Lando and the hit with Koran, or a struck with Koran and a single hit with Lando, he's got him. Let's see if that's how it goes.
I think he is out of the woods.
Mm.
You cannot do 3 damage with Lando.
No. Well, something about that is wrong.
As long as he has a brace. Yeah, there were a couple extra dice in there, weren't there?
There's the one.
Well, that was close.
Yeah. So I couldn't quite get up there and catch the CR90.
Okay, so in a
And that ends
fictional
it.
round 7, Louis gets tabled, but goes out killing the gladiator.
So Louis wins that one. Looks like it was that. We say that was a 7-4.
Is it 224? Oh, because I don't have Vader and.
Not Vader, Zerdik. Oh, right, Vader
On the cruiser.
and
Yeah.
hangers. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
To 140 by my count.
150. Says Louis.
I'm missing 10 points somewhere.
But either way. So the experiment has reached its conclusion. The list that they built to beat this list could not do it. Could not beat the list. So back to the drawing board.